Stuff is gonna tell me, yeah, you heard me. I've been moving, I've been shaking, going hit me on the celly. Try to sell me on something while I hold it compelling. Going like Kelly, they been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag, we're going to get in your bag, I'm about to get in it. When automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hate. Brand new chick, she don't know that I can place it. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Ooh, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull up with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't...
Tonight, from Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas, Nevada, it's a special Thanksgiving night presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Vegas Raiders taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Las Vegas Raiders. Again, everyone, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at the Raiders here entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And they looked awfully...
Time to set the old turducken aside and get ready for football as here we go on a Thanksgiving night. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they will be led out by their 6'6" quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. Because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. The numbers in last week's ball game for Robinson. 24 carries, 114 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
On second down, it's Robinson. And he'll go down right 30-yard line. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. And it's 3rd on the run. It's Robinson. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Bring it, baby, bring it. Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep, D.D. Westbrook. Taken in at the 22. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. From the gun, it's Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you, and you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy's setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41.
Taken down at the
A check
41.
on Jacobs from a week ago. 17 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
From the 41, Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Jags grab it.
Carr's pass complete.
Always costly to call football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Now Sam Sloman is on. From the right hash, this from 53.
53-yard attempt.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Do what you do.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Jaguar.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
And now the throw taken in by Chark. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Coming into the week, he's the NFL's leader in receiving yards. There's his first catch, and it's good for a 1st down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, it's Robinson, and he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. From the 25, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to complete this to Shenault. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
At the 3-yard line. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. James Robinson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Josh Lambo now for the point after. And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. A 10-play drive that time. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Now D.D. Westbrook to return. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10. At their own
2nd drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they thought they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
And now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Shotgun now for Carr. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Here's Carr to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. He was covered by C.J. Henderson.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Carr to throw again. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Josh Allen in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
3rd down and long.
Now Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They certainly have the right read on that one. The weak spot in a cover 2 defense, right down the middle, because it really stresses the safeties. And they're going to be a little bit frustrated they weren't able to connect on that one.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Shoves him away. It's a 39-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Tackled at the 27-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches.
On 2nd down now. It's Robinson. And this will be a Jaguars 1st down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
A 5-yard gain on the play. 1st down, Jacksonville.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a gain of
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. On the draw, Robinson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
On play action, they'll throw. This is Shenault on the receiving end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Raquel Armstead, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. In on the stop, it was the UCF product, Shaquem Griffin.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown. You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Raiders nothing.
On first down, Carr. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Chewing up big yardage, another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. Incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Carr completes it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 21. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Carr now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
Darren Waller. 4 yards on the pickup. Second down.
Here's Jacobs from the gun.
Jaguars 17.
And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Raiders are back within a score. Solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Makes it 14-7. That time a 9-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
21-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offensive tumming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll run here with Robinson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And Eifert has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him unreliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Connection made with Shenault. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
To pick up the 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. They run the draw here with Robinson. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense. A little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for James Robinson. incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
23-yard line.
The Raiders offense ready to go. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now a carry for Jacobs. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
The ball carrier. The tackle made at the 44-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup.
From the 44, Carr looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Thrown away and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Jaguar pressure. Sack.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Vegas. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
Made at the 36-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd.
On 2nd down, it's Robinson. And he stopped immediately there. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And out will come the offense as they take over. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they didn't.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. And most people think of Derek Carr kind of as a guy who excels throwing the short pass, but he can dial it up when need be.
And I tell you from our broadcast booth, because we're pretty close to the 50, we had the best view, a bird's eye view of that throw, and it was an absolute thing of beauty to watch. Never ceases to amaze me, the arm strength of these guys.
Yeah, the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now, Carr again. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And the Raiders are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense in every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs with his 13th touchdown of the year and second of the game. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I feel like I'm back in school. What was that book, you know? It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. This has been a tale of 2 quarters so far. They trailed 14-0 after 1. How about the rally we've been watching?
Yeah, a couple of touchdowns, PAT here to tie it up. This is a good ball game all of a sudden. Sam Sloman for the PAT. Now we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
Solomon Thomas there on the tackle.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, able to avoid him. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Colin Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Well, what do coaches tell us all the time, CD? We've got to get our playmakers more involved, and certainly running with the football is one way, and it paid off right there.
And you're talking about paying off to great effect. How about the big explosive play that was a result of that play call? Big-time execution on that one.
It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no return here from Westbrook. This will be a touchback. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and his Vegas offense operate.
And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how has he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
A throw over the middle, taken in. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver.
And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
So gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 5.
Again, it's Carr. Throwing deep for Galladay. It's caught inside the 25.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A first down and then some. 36 yards.
Well, he's definitely a big target out there, listed at 6'4", and he used every one of those extra inches to go up and make that catch.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Throw from Carr complete to Renfro. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they've thrown it to him?
Yes, he had caught every other ball coming his way.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stop.
Raiders 17.
So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
At their own 19-yard line.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And they'll go back to Robinson. This time he's got him.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. The open man is Shark. It's complete. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Johnson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Makes the score Jaguars 24, Raiders 17.
So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
So the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on a Thanksgiving night as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Once again, hope everyone out there has a wonderful Thanksgiving. Settling down now to watch Thursday Night Football. Let's take a look ahead to what's coming here on the rest of this holiday weekend. Plenty to look forward to in that early window. One being a noontime start up in Green Bay. A big one for the Packers as they'll get set to tangle with the Minnesota Vikings. Plenty to like about the late afternoon games as well. As you see by the highlight, these guys are in for a battle, taking on the Tennessee Titans. And then finally, a good one on Sunday Night Football between the LA Rams and the San Francisco 49ers. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles.
these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. They run it with Jacobs. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
The ball carrier.
Miles Jack there to make the tackle.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 39, Carr. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That one, a first down pickup of 8. From the gun, it's Carr. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption.
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. It's a big play there for Vegas, and even 40 yards.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point throughout, and they hook up again for another big play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Jacobs now. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game, and a defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Out for the PAT, here's Sloman. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd quarter. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was capped off by a touchdown run from Josh Jacobs. So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Their own 22-yard line.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And their lead has evaporated in this 3rd quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Nick Kwiatkowski there on the tackle. It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Robinson, the ball carrier. He was tackled at the...
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. They'll run on first down. Robinson. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And the Raiders have got him.
A loss of 11 yards.
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's going to look deep down the field. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation. Run and punt the football or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And here comes Westbrook. 35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
2 yards on the pick.
From the 38, Carr.
At the 38-yard.
Throw left side complete. It's Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
To throw. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a 1st down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before.
Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
At the 48-yard line.
On first down, it's Jacobs. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
4 yards on the pickup. Second down.
From just shy of midfield, Carr trying to lay one up deep. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Third down and 6 yards to go.
Throwing his Carr on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
At their own.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. They'll like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this 3rd and 4th quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll run it now with Robinson. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Maurice Hurst on the tackle. A gain of 4. And it's
now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. So just a 3-yard return following a punt of 45.
the Raiders take over first and
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. They'll run on first down. Jacobs. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Carr's throw going to be caught by Renfro. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a gain of 9 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Here's Jacobs. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
A couple of first downs on the drive already as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Now to Galladay on the jet sweep. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Jacobs.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
A 2-yard pickup.
Shotgun now for Carr.
And 1.
Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now to Galladay on the jet sweep. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Running is Jacobs. Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield, goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
Here's Carr to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
2nd and goal.
Operating from the gun. Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Hunter Renfrow, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front. An out route there for the score, a quick out route there for the score.
Yeah, you're not really surveying the defense on this one. You're just counting on timing, making this play happen. 1-2, ball's out of his hands, knows where he's going, just puts it to the outside. Touchdown.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Sam Sloman for the extra point.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he returns this to the 22.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Jaguars.
We are headed to the fourth here on Thanksgiving night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
24.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find him at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 12 more yards there and another first down.
12. First down, Jacksonville.
Now back to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. James Robinson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the 2nd time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it. Yes.
Carr sacked. A fumble on the play.
Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. From the gun, Carr. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 12.
Operating from the gun, Carr. And that is incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
1st and 10 at their own 40.
The Jaguars again ready to take over on offense. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the 4th quarter. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They begin the drive with Robinson. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Again, it's Robinson. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 and the 46. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. 1st down.
On the run, it's Robinson. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 42-yard line.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
1st down.
They run. Robinson. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Obviously a huge touchdown for their team, but a big touchdown for a rookie quarterback here to be able to break the tie in the 4th quarter.
And he just shook off all the pressure, too. Because when you think about it, tie ball game, rookie quarterback, most of them are thinking, don't make a mistake. Instead, this young man just said, I'll make a play.
And they will take a 7-point lead now. That time a 6-play drive. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown.
31.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. With it on the return now, here's Westbrook. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 21. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Carr. Got an open man. It's Ruggs. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Carr now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Jacobs incomplete. He was covered by C.J. Henderson.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And he is going to have the Raiders first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And this is incomplete. Hunter Renfrow is the man he was looking for, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
On the draw, this is Davis. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Sam Sloman now for the point after. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild 4th quarter.
Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just got to have a grin on his face every time his number is called because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays. Nothing but big-time positive runs.
Making the sideline grin as well.
This is Shenault on the receiving end.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
He was covered by
And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. So possession goes over here on the punt.
The Raiders take over first and
now the Vegas offense heading back out there. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Henry Ruggs, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage.
ball carrier.
Brings up a 3rd and 10.
No gain on the play. It's third
from the gun. Carr. Throwing deep for Galladay. And this will be caught at the 30. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. To throw his Carr. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 3 yards remain for 2nd down.
Bounds at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Now Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll take this one down near the 15. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
A gain of 2. Brings up
on 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the 1st. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
A 30-yard attempt.
And this one is right through. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead.
Jaguars 38.
Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they manage the clock exactly right.
So now the Jags down on the scoreboard. And time, a huge factor. They need, at minimum, 3 points out of this as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. And he will be taken down deep in Las Vegas territory. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. On first down, it's Robinson. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here.
A 31-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And able to get this out to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Short gain there to start overtime.
Almost a tester play, wasn't it? Wanted to see if the guys on defense were going to fit the gaps the correct way because we're in overtime. So it's not just physical tiredness out there, right? Mentally, are you still doing what you're supposed to do? And they were up to the task on that play.
And certainly fatigue on both sides of the football. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Down at the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's third down.
And they need 5 yards on third down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive. Now a first throw here in overtime. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. Excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Now part 1 is done, now part 2.
3 brings up second and 7.
What can Carr do now with his drive? And now the ball's out. Carr lost it, fumble, and the Jags grab it. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
A 21-yard attempt.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And he got it. The kick is good and over time. He's able to split the uprights. And the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. And that one will go down in the books as just a one-play drive and then 3 points tacked on to the end of it. But we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goal's from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Jaguars, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week where they take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.